Hello, my name is Patrick McLaughlin, and I'd like to welcome you to my introduction to the AP Psychology course. I'd like to spend just a little bit of time talking about the course itself, about my background, and about the potential benefits for your son or daughter in taking the AP Psychology curriculum. I found over the years that there are a number of students who decide to take AP Psychology for their first AP course. And while that's tremendous and I welcome that opportunity for those students, I've also found that several students might not necessarily understand exactly what that AP designation means and how it could benefit them. And chances are really good that if the students don't understand that whole process, then it's likely that the parents don't understand that process as well. So I'd like to spend a little bit of time talking a little bit about what that process is and why it could be beneficial to you and your son or daughter. And then talk a little bit about the curriculum as well. First of all, as I said, my name's Patrick McLaughlin. I'm a homegrown product of Norwin School District. I graduated as part of the class of 92. Upon my graduation from Norwin High School, I attended Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania. Um, Edinburgh was a fantastic place to get my education and my teacher preparation, and I am very proud to be a Fighting Scot class of 1996. When I graduated from Edinburgh, I was lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time uh, because I did my junior field experience at a tiny high school called Sagertown High School, which is part of the Pencrest School District. And Sagertown is a tiny village between Meadville and Edinburgh. And my cooperating teacher at the time was getting moved into a principal position. And that's how I was able to interview for that position and ultimately get hired for my first teaching job at Sagertown High School. And it was a tremendous experience. They were great people, but it wasn't home. So after 2 years of teaching at Sagertown, when the opportunity came for me to come back home and to teach in the building that I had graduated high school from and to be close to family, I absolutely couldn't pass that opportunity up. So I was very, very happy to come back and join the Norwin High School staff. When I was hired, the assistant superintendent told me that because of my background in psychology, that the psychology teacher was going to be retiring within the next year or two, and I would be sliding right into teaching the psychology courses. And that was very disheartening for me because I did not want to teach psychology. I wasn't a psychology teacher. And yes, even though I did have some background in psychology, I was a history teacher. I wanted to be a social studies teacher that taught history. And that was really where my comfort zone was. And I expressed that to him and expressed concern that I didn't really feel confident in teaching psychology. And he said, "Well, I understand, and that's too bad, and you're still going to do it." Um, Two things that came out of that. Number one, thankfully, the individual who was teaching psychology at the time, who was supposed to retire the following year, didn't retire for a couple years after that, so it gave me some time to get my feet wet still here at Norwin. And number two, I sometimes joke that this was the best decision that was ever made for me because in looking back at some of those things, even though I've taught many other things and almost every other um, offering that we provide here in the social studies department, the AP Psych course is by far my favorite course to teach, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I really enjoy the curriculum, I really enjoy teaching the subject matter, and I think it can be very, very valuable for all of the students. I have 4 children, My oldest daughter is a sophomore in the high school. I also have a 6-year-old in kindergarten, a 4-year-old who's quickly going to turn 5 and 18, and I have a 1-year-old son. And my wife is also a counselor here in the district as well. One of the things that I want to spend some time talking about with you is the fact that there are two different paths potentially to earning college credit as part of this course. Since this is an AP course, the traditional path that most people choose would be the AP exam. The AP exam is a high stakes test that is given at the end of the year. And if students sign up and take and pass that test, they can get 3 credits for taking and passing that high stakes exam. This year, the AP Psych test, at least tentatively right now, and hopefully it will not change, is scheduled for May 11th of 2021. The benefit of taking this option is that it's a nationally recognized curriculum. And anybody that knows what the college or what the high school curriculum is, what the AP curriculum is, any college admissions officer should recognize what that AP designation stands for and what it means. Because everybody throughout the country, no matter where they take the course, is taking theoretically the same curriculum. It's graded on a 5-point scale, and the College Board considers anything that's a score of a 3 or higher as a passing score. Okay. I had 41 students last year take this option. And of the 41 students that took this option, 83% of those students ended up passing with a 3 or higher. So I had a lot of success in getting students prepared to take and pass this test. There is a cost involved to this exam. Last year, I think it was somewhere between $94 and $97. And registration for the AP exam will be sometime probably in late October. There's a second option that students can choose to take as part of this course. And this course is considered to be a college and high school course affiliated through Seton Hill University. What that means is that because I teach this course, I'm considered to be an adjunct professor at Seton Hill. And if students choose to enroll in this option, they never have to set foot on Seton Hill's campus. They never have to do anything with Seton Hill other than register for the course. Everything is self-contained within my particular classroom. And what happens is that at the end of the year, students who enroll in this option will receive a college transcript with their final grade that they got from this course from Seton Hill, indicating that that's the grade that they earned. And then they can use that college transcript to either attend Seton Hill University, if they choose, or they can use those essentially as transfer credits and transfer that information and those credits to any school that would accept transfer credits. So many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the fact that there are students that will take courses at the community college level, and then after a year or two transfer them into Slippery Rock or IUP or Pitt or Penn State or any school that would accept transfer credits. And that's essentially the same thing that you would do in this situation if you sign up for the college and high school option. The benefit of doing this is that instead of it being tied to one high stakes test that's given at the end of the year that you only have one chance to pass, the college and high school option gives you an option for this to be a reflection of your work throughout the entirety of the year, and it's going to be a reflection of your final grade in the course. I had 35 students take this option last year, and there are benefits and drawbacks to each. One of the drawbacks to this is the cost. This year, the cost of the college and high school program will be $225. So it's more than double what the AP exam is. But either one of these programs is much more significantly cheaper than enrolling in a 3-credit course at the college level. So there's significant savings potentially involved in either one of these options. I've put some information on your son or daughter's Google Classroom page for this course about the college and high school registration, about some of these things. And I'd ask you to consider with them if one of these two options would be beneficial for them. I feel very passionately about this because I see the benefits that the AP curriculum can provide for students, in particular in saving you a lot of money for your college education. And you can get some of those college credits out of the way right now while students are still a junior or senior in high school. One of the things that I also should mention is that this AP psychology curriculum is arranged over 9 separate units. And essentially, my goal in preparing your son or daughter is to make sure that they feel comfortable and confident in going into any intro to psych course at the college level and feeling very confident that they could be able to hold their own in that course. And they should be familiar with some of those concepts enough that they could have success at the college level